From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
A crypto crash is far from over. That's what I reported earlier this week when a first crash hit the cryptocurrency markets. What are the top coins to purchase in the cryptocurrency markets of 2021? At that time, I said, don't buy anything. I said a second crash is happening. And a second crash did happen. And then I told viewers, don't buy anything again. I went over the best altcoins in this market, but also said, don't buy. I said 2 warning signals will trigger when to think that we're at the bottom. And I said, we're not at the bottom, we're gonna go lower. And we have gone lower. And right now, a major market crash is wiping out assets across the board. I'll go over what's going on in the cryptocurrency market right now, when you'll reach the bottom, and why the situation is going from bad to worse and is far from over. This is Morning's Crypto. Thank you for joining me on Morning's Crypto, where we go over all the market analysis live on air, the crypto news that you need to know, the best coins to purchase, what's going on with the market analysis, the trading platforms, the prices, and the charts that you need to know. This is not a channel where we're a fan of a coin. This is a channel where we're a fan of making money. And ultimately, in a down market, you have to be careful. And that carefulness starts right here. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers in 1 year for a reason. On our way to a YouTube record in just 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. So subscribe. The fastest growing crypto channel there is. A morning show live now, and then evenings show taped. And then we just finished our 12-hour overnight feed, which is a great show with a live chat. I jump in there all throughout that 12 hours. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video and consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. Let's go over what's going on. First, what's going on? It's the downside of a market crash that is fully not resolved. What happened earlier this week was a first market crash. And after the first market crash, I said, we are not done. There's going to be another market crash, and we'll continue to drift downward. And I gave you 2 warning signals. A second market crash hit. And then I said, watch for those 2 warning signals to trigger. One did of the 2. And I said, this is why you do not want to be buying. I said, after the first market crash, don't be a buyer yet. We're not at the bottom of the market. Then we went from 1 of the 2 warning signals to be triggered, then 2 of the warning signals to trigger. And now the downdrafting is occurring. So let's recap and go over how we got to this point and what's going on going forward. First, there was a market crash earlier this week when the People's Republic of China came out with a new statement that basically said, we are banning financial institutions from trading cryptocurrency in the People's Republic of China. Cryptocurrency prices have skyrocketed and have disrupted the normal economic and financial safety of our citizens. China banned all financial institutions and payment companies from engaging in cryptocurrency on that day. That was a news statement about 4 to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time that particular day. It said that they were worried about their citizens, but was still going to allow their citizens to trade. Market crash occurred. At that point, I gave viewers the following 3 warnings. 1, do not buy. 2, we're not at the bottom yet. Don't buy until we're at the bottom. 3, here are 2 indicators to indicate whether we're at the bottom or still drifting further to the bottom. I said that Bitcoin falls under 35,000 or Ethereum drops under 2,500, do not think you're at the bottom yet, because if they go lower than those 2 benchmarks, we could continue to slide to a very big bottom. That those 2 warning signals are a signal that we're not at the bottom. For example, let's say Bitcoin and Ethereum both stayed above those levels for 2-3 days, we would understand we had reached the bottom. But we didn't, because less than 48 hours later, the People's Republic of China, at the same exact time, 4 to 6 a.m., came out with another news statement. And that news statement caused a second crash. What was that news statement? Very substantively troubling. I was very worried with this news statement. It said that it was banning mining of Bitcoin in China. And the second sentence was that it was concerned further about its citizens and was going to take other precautions to protect its citizens. The first sentence was the part of the 2-sentence statement that worried me greatly. Why? Because it said it was banning all mining in China for Bitcoin. Mining is critical to cryptocurrency industry because so much of it is in China. And the fact that they went after Bitcoin in that statement suggested that they may take down the entire industry. All mining in the People's Republic of China. They don't want it there. They don't like it because they cannot control it. Their identity is controlling things, and mining is something they cannot control. And while they banish Bitcoin, they could certainly ban all coins mining in the People's Republic of China. And if they did ban mining of all altcoins in China, you could see a major downdraft to the economy. That's what I said on the second crash. And I also said that this could get very bad. I said take two warning signals, Bitcoin under 35,000 or Ethereum under 2,500. And if either events continue to happen, do not think we're at the bottom. I also made it very clear, do not buy. And since then, this is what's happened. I also said going into Saturday, there's certain indicators that are very they're very predictable in this market. Every 2 weeks this month, every 3 weeks this month, the market has done the following. It has traded up from Friday evening to Saturday at about 10 o'clock, 11 a.m., 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then once it gets to about 11 or 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Saturday over the last 3 weeks, it downdrafts. It goes down. So the highest point of the week has always been Saturday noontime. And the lowest part of the week is generally about Sunday late afternoon. So it goes up to a peak on Saturday morning and then it goes down. So Saturday is the peak of the week the last few weeks, and Sunday evening is the lowest part of the week. Guess what? You had two market crashes. You had coins that had not recovered after the second market crash. Basically, it went down the market crash, and then the coins did not come up really where they were before the market crash. They just floated a little bit higher. They did not fully recover. And then we went into Saturday. And what happened Saturday morning? The coins weren't up that much. They were not up that much on Saturday morning, which is the big day for them to usually rally. So all these factors combined has now piled on, and now the market is really tanking. Here's what I've always told viewers to look at since the first market crash this week. I want you to pull out the 1 year chart on most of your coins and look and see where the coins had their initial run up. When did they start to run up that hill? And most coins ran up in May, April, March, or February. It depends on the coin. And if coins are now testing those lows, they could go far lower. So let's jump into the charts right now and let's see where the coins are right now. It's important to understand that both Ethereum and Bitcoin are underneath my two warning signals that I gave viewers. Here first is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin currently trading right now looking like that. So not a particular good chart. Bitcoin is currently at 31,000. It is down 18% for the day. The entire market is down 21% right now. Bitcoin is at 31,000. It just went to 32,000, went up a little bit, but it's at 31,000, 32,000. This is just not good. I want to show you another chart for Bitcoin first right now. Let me jump into this chart. There you go. Let me see if I can pull it up and let me bring my mouse into it. This is why this chart is so important for the entire industry, even if you're not a Bitcoin owner. I'm out very far on this chart, as you see. And what I want you to see is how this correlates into bad broadcast news coverage of cryptocurrency. This chart is a 1 year chart. And what does the 1 year chart show you? It basically shows you that if you got into cryptocurrency at the start of this year, you're not making money. The coin now, Bitcoin, is currently now at January 7th levels. What does that mean for any investor? It means that if you got into Bitcoin in January, you haven't made a penny on it, or you're losing money. And that's generally what the Wall Street looks at, or any broadcast news reporter is saying, hey, why invest in Bitcoin? If you got into it anytime this year, you're now losing money. It's not a winning investment. You could have bought Kohl's department stores and had made 300% return your money. You could have bought Pepsi or Home Depot. Why would you buy Bitcoin was so volatile, and you're not even making any money on Bitcoin. So that is a clear market indicator that is not good for the industry, because broadcast media will run that story. All right, let's go back into the other charts. So here is Ethereum. Ethereum is really plummeting. What I warned viewers about Ethereum before the market crash was the following. Before the market crash, Ethereum was down 3% every single day. While certain altcoins were up day after day, before the two market crashes, Ethereum was just down every single day. And so it didn't look like a good investment then. Now it's looking like a horrible investment because it is downdrafted consistently for 1 month. If you look at the 1 month chart on Ethereum, since May 13th, it has gone from $4,000 a coin to now $1,800 a coin. It is now at its lowest spot. Could Ethereum get worse? Absolutely. Now, I have a message about Ethereum long term, which I'm going to come back in a second, which is different than any current holders of Ethereum or any traders of Ethereum. So stay with me on that one. Remember, we're currently at 1,800, but the day has just started. Let's look at another chart going on right now. Here's Dogecoin. Dogecoin has now ostensibly lost most of its gains over the last period of time. Dogecoin is down 18% today. It is down 45% for the 7-day. But more importantly, if you pull out the 3-month chart on Dogecoin, Doge is now below its 3-month moving average. So Doge was about 26 cents, 27 cents on April 15th. It started its run up on April 15th, which was 17 cents. Could Doge go to 17 cents? Absolutely. It is free falling. It is free falling at 27 cents. Its next peak on riding up the hill was April 15th. It's currently at about April 16th levels. So don't think that Doge is a point for you to buy right now, because I had one person in the live chat overnight saying, I'm buying Doge now and I'm buying more to offset my losses. That makes no sense. You don't want to buy Doge now, because you could buy Doge now at 27 cents and in 4 days it could be 19 cents. Why would you buy it now? You want to wait for it to get worse before you understand when to get into it. So not a buy. And there's Polygon. Now understand, Polygon was one of those coins that had done well before the market crash. After the second market crash, Polygon did not rebound well. And look at this downdraft for Polygon. Polygon is now 80 cents. Polygon was $2 before the market crash. Moreover, Polygon is now testing lows that are from months ago. So you do not want to be going into a coin. You do not want to go into Polygon just yet. The market is still crashing. Let's go out to synthetic. Here's another example of a coin that has really taken a very bad hit. Look at synthetic, and this is a very tight chart. This is just a few weeks ago. So imagine going from $15 to $10. That is a very big drop. People always talk about cheaper coins, but imagine you're going from $15 to $10 on a position. That's a big drop. And then let's look at Cardano. So I want to use Cardano as an example. I want you to look at this chart, and I want you to see where these lows are now compared to where they were before. When I say testing new lows, I mean they're testing prior lows. They're testing where the coins were when running up the hill. Coins ran up in February, March, April, or May, depending on the respective coin. And some coins are now at those prior lows. So you want to take your level right now and go across the chart and look and see when was the last time that coin, or when was the first time that coin reached that level? Back here. So if you're a Cardano owner of the coin and bought it around here, you're now breaking even. You're now not making money. If you bought the coin down here, follow my mouse on the chart, you are still holding a little bit of a profit, but you may be break even if Cardano continues to fall. Moreover, if you're looking to buy, which I don't want you to buy yet, but if you're trying to figure out pricing on when to buy or trying to determine where the bottom is, then you may understand that the bottom may be all the way down here. Cardano may fall all the way down to the bottom of the hill. Could coins fall all the way down to the bottom of their run? Absolutely. So now let's jump into the split screen. But first, let's go over the coins that I had recommended before the market crash. Again, I do not want you buying just yet because we're not at the market bottom. They were Polygon, Cardano, KUSAMA, Aave. And then I also recommended Solana and Synthetic. Now let's jump into the split screen and let's go over what's happening. But first, I want you to understand where you need to where this market is right now. This market is crashing, number one. Number two, it is not dipping. It is sliding. There are some people who think that the word dip means this. This is not dip. This is a slide. So I don't want you buying. Second, third, I don't want you impatient. People are very impatient and think that there's lost opportunities if they don't buy something. Here's what you need to know, is that you rather lose the opportunity of buying it $1 more expensive or $2 more expensive than buying it and losing $5 on the position or $6 or $20 on the position. Don't be impatient. Don't be quick to hit the buy button. People think that things are opportunities. Understand, if you look out at the 1 year chart, and the chart is like this, and the mountain run started like that, and it's now at this, don't think this is an opportunity, because it may go down to this, or it may go down to this. So don't think opportunities are so wonderful, and don't think that you should buy on a slide. And what's important to understand is that we are not fans of coins here. There are some channels that are absolutely getting pummeled because all they did was tell people that Doge was going to go to $1, Doge is going to go to 60 cents, Doge is going to go to $3, Doge is going to go to 19 cents at the moment before it goes to $1. And for everyone that bought at 44 cents thinking it was going to go $1, you're now heading to 19 cents before you head to $1. We're not here to be fans of coins. We're here to make money. And this is what's important to understand, that a slide is not a dip. This is a slide. This was Doge before the double hit. And here is Polygon. This is a dip. This was before the market crash. All right, let's go into the split screen and let's open up coinmarketcap.com and look at the coins right now. On the side on the split screen is coinmarketcap.com, and I want you to take a look and see those respective coins. Follow along with me. It's important to understand that when looking at a coin on coinmarketcap.com, you're going to see three numbers. First, the price. Second, the 24-hour. And third, the 7-day. At this point, neither the 24-hour nor the 7-day is a helpful number to you, really. Why? Because the coins are now down at nearly trading as low as their 3-month average. Some coins are now testing February lows, March lows. You won't see those numbers reflected in a 24-hour or a 7-day number. You have to open up the chart. This is even going to be more important probably tonight, because Sunday night is when coins start to pop up and start to go up. So by Sunday night, let's say Shiba is up 4%. Don't start to have a victory dance because you're down a gazillion percent. Or Bitcoin may be up 5%. Don't have a victory dance because you're down thousands of dollars on that coin. So I want you to pull out the 1 year chart and look and see where your coin is on the downside of the mountain. If it is now testing the lows from February or March or April, understand it could still go below those lows. All right, let's look at some coins on coinmarketcap.com. Let's start with Bitcoin. 31,000, now 33,000. So it's trying to gain some speed. Do not think that that is a rebound. There are people who are ready to claim rebound or recouping or recovery too fast. Understand, there has to be support. There has to be support for the coin. And a coin that has fallen to $31,000 a coin in just a blip of a second, in less than just a few days, after it's been banned from mining in the People's Republic of China, it is not recovering when it goes from 31 to 33,000. That's not a recovery. That may be an attempt to regain itself, but it's not a recovery. Then Ethereum. All right, so Ethereum 1900, it is down 17%, so it's taken a bigger hit. But could Bitcoin go to 31,000 and hold at 31,000? Sure. Could Ethereum go to 1,500? Absolutely. Ethereum has downtrended 3 to 5% every single day for 2 weeks. Ethereum has not had an update for a long time. Which brings me now to Cardano, which you saw the chart on earlier. Cardano is now down 24% for the day. It was no less than 7 days ago where I was out at a local restaurant and I saw no less than 2 tables talking about Cardano, heard 2 tables talking about Cardano, how wonderful it is. Well, how bad is Cardano right now? Cardano right now is trading at its levels from February 25th. So if anyone at those tables had bought Cardano between February 25th and last week, they're breaking even. So there's a whole different reaction to viewers, to citizens who saw Cardano literally shoot up from May 2nd to just a few days ago, but now is as low as February 22nd levels. How low could Cardano fall? Well, it was 34 cents on January 28th. So don't be surprised that coins can get even cheaper than Cardano at $1. Cardano could go to 50 cents, could go to 34 cents. Then brings us to Dogecoin. Those Dogecoin YouTubers who literally want to tell people that everything is going to go to 60 cents and $1 and that's going to happen. Sure, maybe in a few years from now, maybe in a few months from now, but not anytime soon. And in the meantime, people are going to see everything wiped out from gains that they have seen from Doge. Let's look at where Doge is right now. Doge is literally at April 17th levels. It's at the level, it's at its price point of where it was on April 17th. So what does that mean? This is what's scary. This is where you have to really, this is where I want you to really focus, is that Doge from April 12th to April 14th went from 6 cents to about 14, 15 cents. So Doge could very well fall to 13 or 6 cents if this market continues a downdraft, because it ran up just as fast. It went up from 6 cents to 14 cents in literally 2-3 days. So expect it to be able to fall. I want you to know how fast coins go up. If you're interested in a coin, I want you to know how quickly it goes up as fast as it goes down, because it'll go down as fast as it went up. It's important to understand that you never should be just on an optimistic side. You should always understand that if a coin ran up very fast, it can go down very fast as quickly as possible. All right, let's pull out further on the coins on CoinMarketCap.com. Stellar being hit 31 cents, down 22% today. It's just enormous. So how bad is the hit for Stellar? And this is an example of why I want you to know that a cheap coin does not mean you can buying into a cheap coin versus 22 cents or a Bitcoin that's $33,000. That does not mean you're spending less on the coin. You can take just as much of a plummeting. So let's look at on Stellar. Where is Stellar on its, when is Stellar now testing its lows? Stellar is now at January 30th lows. Wow. So if you have been a buyer of Stellar since January 30th, you are now breaking even. And if you bought it since January 30th, you're now taking a loss. Solana, down 32% today, which defies the analysts' announcements this last week. Analysts were saying people were getting out of Bitcoin into Solana. Nope. If you look at Solana's chart, it is literally straight down. Where's Solana now? Is at April 3rd levels. So Solana is still, if you are an early buyer of Solana, you're still doing well. At April 3rd, Solana was $24. Solana made its run up on February 1st at $4. So don't be surprised Solana drips into single digits. It could certainly do it because that's what it's done before. It ran up. Which brings me now to Polygon. I mean, imagine Polygon. I think it was just a few days ago, it was $2. It's now 87 cents. So let's look at how low Polygon is on its chart. Polygon is at April 26 levels. So because Polygon had such a wonderful run, it is still high. If you have hold Polygon for a while, you're still cash positive. But here's what you need to know, is that Polygon made its run up on April 23rd at 35 cents. And before that, Polygon was 20 20 cents for much of January, February, March. So could Polygon go to 20 cents? Sure. And that is why when we're looking at these charts, we're trying to gauge where the market is heading. Aave, which is a more expensive coin, but is down 30% today. How low is Aave on its market poll? So its market downdraft has brought Aave now to January 25th levels. Wow. So Aave is almost cash negative on its 2021 position, which brings us to Shiba. I had some people talking about Shiba. Buy Shiba, buy Shiba, invest in Shiba. Here's an example of what you don't want to do. So Shiba is up 2% today. It is down 51% for the 7-day. How bad is Shiba right now? Shiba is currently at its levels from, I can't even grab it because it's so hard to grab, at its levels of probably about May 6. It's at levels of May 6. Here's what's worrisome about Shiba is that it's just a blip away from its May 3rd levels, which was where it was literally had no value. So if you're wanting to buy Shiba at this level, understand which I'm recommending you not to buy Shiba at this level. Do not buy Shiba at this level. Shiba is just one more step away from complete no value, which is what it was on May 3rd. So, I mean, you want to bet on going up versus no value. Now, maybe you're buying just a very small position, $20 position. But understand, you're literally just a blip away from no value. So anyone who is thinking that this is a major opportunity to make fortunes, don't think that way. It's too scary. All right, now let's go back into understanding where this market is going, because I'm sure you're wondering, okay, so then what? I got it. The market is getting worse. I got it. My indicators are Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin under 35,000, staying under 35,000, and Ethereum staying under 2,500, which it is. So what is where is the bottom, LA? When are we at the bottom? What I want you to do is I want you to do the following. I know you may not be a buyer of Bitcoin or a buyer of Ethereum, but I want you to continue to track them. If Ethereum and Bitcoin continue to downdraft, if Ethereum and Bitcoin continue to stay under 35,000 and 2,500, I don't want you buying. I don't want you buying. Ethereum has not had an update for several weeks. If Ethereum continues to downdraft at 3%, 4% every day, another 4% every day, Ethereum could literally go to 1,500, 1,700 in just a few days. Imagine Ethereum at 1,500. It's not the bottom. It's just not the bottom. I also want you to look at the 1-year chart on Ethereum and Bitcoin and the 1-year chart on your coin of a preference. If your coin is now testing its lows before it made its big run up the mountain and is just a blip away from starting to be at the bottom of the mountain where it was before it ran, you're suggesting you're at the lows. I mean, the most obvious example of what's the bottom, a coin that went up the mountain and is now here, well, this is the bottom. You're almost at the bottom. You're almost exactly where the coin made its big run for 2021. That's the bottom. Could the coin go lower than that? Sure, but for some coins, there is nothing lower because the coin has almost no value at the point. So could coins go really almost down to where they were before their April run, their March run, or their February run? Absolutely. So the way you find the bottom is opening up to the 1-year chart and looking at where your coin made that run up the mountain. And where it started the run is that coin's bottom. And I want you to understand is look and see how quickly it made that run up. If it jumped up, $3 or $4 in just 2 days, and you're only $3 away from the bottom, you could be at the bottom in 2 days. Literally, that's how you can see it. So let me say that again. Let's say your coin's bottom is just $3 away from where you are. The bottom is where it started the mountain run. And it's only $3 away from where you are. Well, look and see how quickly it ran up those $3 when it went up the mountain. If it went up those $3 in 1 day, you could be 1 day away from the bottom. If it took a week, you could be a week away from the bottom. Now, your coin is and isn't dependent upon Bitcoin and Ethereum's move. We've seen some coins have not rebounded well at all from the first and second market crash. And had very bad Friday. This Friday that was not very good for them. Whereas other coins did rebound decently after the second crash, and they had an up Friday morning. So I want you to look at Ethereum and Bitcoin as an indicator of how much downdrafting your coin may take as well. Again, you should not be a buyer today. You should not be a buyer at these levels. You should not be a buyer until you're at the bottom. Finally, when it looks like it's time to be a buyer, should you be a buyer of short-term or long-term? Here's what you should know, is that most analysts believe that Ethereum will go substantially higher in the next year to 5 years. Most analysts think that Ethereum was going to go to 7,000 in just a year. Well, it certainly will probably go to 7,000 in 5 years. So if you buy Ethereum at $1,500, it'll certainly go to 7,000 in 5 years. But it's not money you'll have access to. It may have more downdrafting this time. I'm not recommending you to buy Ethereum at 1,500, but I got to tell you that a lot of people may buy Ethereum at 1,500 and just put it away and not look at it for 5 years. Say, hi, I 500%ed my money on that position. It took me 5 years, but I did. Here's what's also very important to know is that cryptocurrency's image externally was big gains. That's its image externally, that you can go in and make big money, and you can make big money in a short period of time. That image has now changed. Its image now is you could lose big money in a short period of time. Or even more simpler is that for the position you could take in a cryptocurrency, maybe you could go out and buy a Pepsi or a Kohl's or a very boring stock like a Home Depot or Lowe's and get 40, 50, or 90% return your money in just a few months. So why take a coin that you have no corporate earnings reports, no analyst reports, no nothing about, and buy that when you can buy a stock and have a very easy run up? So I think that's going to be the message you're going to see tomorrow morning when broadcast media opens its doors and they start running stories and print media and stuff like that. And they say, look at this cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is now cash flat, cash negative for the year. It is down for the year. Why even go into Bitcoin? Why even go into Ethereum at this point when you could go to bought, very simple, staple blue chip stocks and be cash positive? So I think that message is going to come out on Monday, and that could bring us even lower. So hopefully this recording has been helpful for you. I'm next back with you on Evenings Crypto at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then our live feed overnight. There's 3 other shows from last night on the channel. So if you want more about this market crash, more about how to buy on the bottom, more details about how to gauge this bottom, watch those videos on the channel. Remember, when buying a coin, this is a slide, not a dip. This is a dip. This is a resistance. This is trading in a range. This is not a coin that's going to make you money. When we look at this chart for synthetic, it's down. It's not showing resistance. You should not be a buyer. When we look at Cardano, you see that the coin has now lost its 3 months of profits. That's a big concern. When we look at other coins like Ethereum, yes, it's trying to regain some traction. Yes, it may trade up by Monday, but it's had so many bad days, it only takes a few more bad days to reach 1,500. When we look at other coins across the board, like Polygon, it just continues to get worse. Doge, yeah, it's trading up, but it's so down. And Bitcoin, now 32,000. Wow. It just continues to get worse across the board. Do not buy at these levels. Keep Bitcoin at 35,000 and Ethereum at 2,500 as your benchmarks. Know where the bottoms are in your respective coins by looking at the 1-year chart. See where they ran up the mountain. That could potentially be where the coin is going. Don't be a buyer just yet at these levels. Don't be impatient. Don't be buying on the slide down. Wait till you get to the bottom. And be with me in just a little bit this afternoon. Meantime, I'm back with you on noontime LATE at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Subscribe. This is LATE, the only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. The fastest growing cryptocurrency channel. 400,000 subscribers, on its way to 1 million in 1 year. Let's do it. Subscribe. Also like this video. Consider becoming a member and stay here. I'll see you next on noontime LATE. Stay informed, stay focused.